Alright, a little bit of late night work going on here. I'm gonna mount the coolant reservoir for the radiator. It's gonna mount right in this area here. It's gonna mount to this bar. I've already got it kind of marked right there where I want it to go. The fender will go across here, and then I'll make a little shield here to keep stuff from hitting it, because that's about the only place that I can put it and keep it out of the way of stuff. What I'm going to use to mount it are these little body panel tabs. I mean, you can get these online from various vendors, but what I went ahead and did, I've taken some little weld nuts and just tigged them on the back side there. These are, I believe, 1032 thread. I just made up a few of them to use. I'm gonna mount onto the coolant bottle in the little mounting hole right there. I've got I've got a mark on here. It's gonna line up with the mark on the frame right there. And I'll go ahead and weld that on real quick and test fit the bottle. All right, yeah, the fan on this TIG is a lot louder than what's on the MIG welder. I really like that fan on demand with the Miller. It keeps things a lot quieter than this TIG welder. It's a feature that I wish it had. Alright, here's the coolant bottle just sitting there in place. That's just held on with the one bolt. I'll do the piece on the bottom here to hold it. But you can see, should be able to get in there and get to the coolant to fill it up. Alright, so I've got to make a removable bar on the front of the buggy, so I can get the radiator out. I've got these tube clamps here. These are actually off the old XO cage from when it was the Jeep. I cut these off the tubing. I cut them as close to the weld as I could get, so that I wouldn't have to grind as much. And now all we've got left pretty much is the weld bead on here. You can see it's right on the edge of the tubing there. I'm gonna try to salvage these, so I don't have to buy any more. These are, solid chunk. These are about, 25, 30 bucks a piece. If I can reuse 2 of these, I'll save 60 bucks. Let's see if it works. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. I thought about just using the grinding wheel and cutting around it, but I may try first. I may take a hole saw and go around it and try and eat away a lot of this material. We'll see if that works. If it does, it'll save some time. I won't have to grind as much, but I'll chuck it up in the drill press and we'll try using the hole saw first. Alright, I've got the tube coupler split apart now. I've got it in the vise here. I've got my hole saw up here in the top. We'll see if we can get this weld gone. The hole saw is a little, it doesn't have quite the, the blade thickness, the same as the wall thickness, so there'll probably be a little bit of grinding at the end, but we might be able to get a lot of this out. This is just going to be, experiment 1. We'll see how it goes. It seems to work decently. Definitely didn't get the hole saw centered up there, so there's going to be some grinding to do. I may get this weld broken off and then stick it back in here and try to get the other side off, but that looks like it worked pretty well. Alright, it probably took me half hour, 45 minutes to to get these done, but we've got all 4 of them done now. They came out alright. I mean, I'm sure I could have got it done quicker if I had a smaller hole saw, but I'm just using the one off my tube notcher, and I don't have a 1¼ hole saw or whatever this would require to be able to have to do less grinding. But it's definitely a lot easier than spending $60 and waiting a week or so for them to come in. So I'm gonna get over there and start working on the cross member. Get it removable. Actually, not a cross member, just a crossbar. Right behind that goes behind the grill. But I'll get working on that now. All right, so here's a look at the front end. Got a little bit of work done yesterday. I got the grill narrowed up. See, I ended up cutting 15 inches total out of it. I'll have to fiberglass this back together. It was 7.5 on each side. I cut also, which luckily it ended up working out to 2 slots per side on the grill. So I was able to cut this up. I'll come through and I'll cut this up next to the chrome. That's how it was on the original one. It didn't have this black trim here. It just has it just had the chrome edge. But I've also got the structure underneath of it all tacked in to support the fenders. See, this is the bar right here that I need to make removable. It's also I'll have to weld some tabs to mount up to the front of the fender here. But this needs to come out so that it's possible to get the radiator in and out. I thought about doing this here, but I don't want to pull this one out. I'll do this front bar here. It'll be nice and easy. I'll just make a cut here, and I'll need to mark it. Make a cut there. This is the one I went ahead and already marked it. Just it's the important one because I need to be able to make sure I can still slide the radiator out, which I will be able to do. But the front clip comes off pretty easy. I've got it all just bolted together. It'll lift off. I've got everything unbolted from the front end here. Let's go ahead and lift it off, set it to the side, and then start working on this right here. I'll have to cut the bar while it's on here. Tab here, and then tab right here. I need to mark this line the rest of the way. Then I come in with the TIG and put the tabs on. sure if you can run up the back. Back and forth, back and forth. Doing these things like. There we go. I'm gonna do a little bit more to button this up, but that's probably all the fabrication for this week. Next weekend, I might have everything in to do the back. I know I said I wasn't going to 4-link it until I either waited a year of driving it or if the budget allowed towards the end of the project, but found a good deal, or actually a buddy of mine was getting rid of some coilovers, so I got a good deal on those. I also got some Heims from as well, which really cut down on what I was gonna have to spend. So basically, for what I was gonna have to do what I was gonna have to spend to get new shocks for the leaf springs, that's what I've got into buying coilovers from him, a Heims, and a truss. So it worked out to be the same price. So I'm gonna go ahead and 4-link it now. I already have a bunch of the tabs, so I didn't really have to help buy many tabs. There's just a couple that I was missing. So, like I said, for the price of what I would have paid for 2 shocks to run in the back, because the ones I was going to use are just not worth rebuilding. I have a 4-link kit, so maybe the next time you see this thing getting worked on, that it'll be a 4-link, or if I decide to work on something else, I may do that. It just depends on what all comes in this week and when it comes in, and if I get a chance to work on it next weekend. We will see.